Every first date, Valentine's Day, get well soon gift, or just because present, the floral market gains a customer. Floral arrangements are a tried and true gift for giving and a joy to receive. Unfortunately, many times these arrangements can prove to be costly when the reality is that the flowers themselves are cheap to purchase. Today I'm going to show you how to make a simple floral arrangement using common flowers to give you a cheaper but equally beautiful alternative to buying expensive pre-made arrangements. As you follow along, you'll see me cut, design, and display these flowers in a way you'll enjoy. So your first step, you want to begin by picking out the floral you want to use. Today I'm using flowers from Walmart, a bouquet that I bought for about $10, and you also want to pick out the vase or container you want to arrange in. Add a small amount of water to your vase, just a little bit, just about this much, so you can make sure to hydrate every single stem. Your second step is to determine which flowers out of the bouquet you bought you want to be your focal flowers. Now this is usually 1 to 3 different stems, and today I'm using carnations. And you want to begin by cutting them to the accurate size, and you want them to be your focal point. So you want them to be your tallest flowers in the arrangement. So how I do this is I measure it, how tall I want it, by standing it outside the vase, and then adding a cut just like this, and adding it back into the arrangement, seeing if I like that size, and cutting it a little shorter if I need to. And I'm going to do the same thing for the second flower. And these flowers should be taller than the rest since they are the focal point. Your second step is to determine which flowers you want to be your medium-sized flowers. Now today I'm using these, and they're a little bit different. They're red so that we can have emphasis on the yellow at the top. This should usually be 3 to 6 different blooms, and today I'm using about 5. What you want to do is cut these the same way you did the focal flowers and stick them around the arrangement. As you can see here, I cut this flower way too tall. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out and cut it again a little bit shorter so it can go directly around the focal flowers and kind of hide their stems. Because you don't want to take away emphasis from your tallest flower, but you want to make sure that all the stems are hidden. And we do this by placing flowers all the way around your focal flowers until no more stems can be seen. It's important that you leave enough extra flowers just in case you mess up a cut and you need to go back and add more. Your fourth step is to add your smallest flowers. Now today I have 2 different types of flowers that are my smaller flowers. Now the purpose of these flowers is to fill in the extra space that your medium-sized flowers don't fill in. This is usually around the rim of the glass. So what you want to do is do the same thing you did for the other flowers and cut them just a little bit shorter than the rest so it can continue to fill in where the rest did not. Using 2 different types of flowers allows you to get more emphasis on the medium-sized flowers and leaving your focal point the way it is. Now what I like to do with my flowers is use the sandwich method, which means that the medium-sized flowers are a different color than the focal point at the top and the smallest flowers at the bottom. I'm also going to arrange these flowers in order, in pattern order. And I'm going to continue to do this all the way around the vase until all the space is filled. And continuing to make sure that each flower can reach the water inside. I'm adding my last small flower and covering up the entirety of the rim of the vase, as you can see. Once your arrangement is complete, like it is here, you want to give it a once over to make sure all the space is filled and all the floral is cut to similar sizes. So if one of your focal flowers was much taller than the rest, you want to take it out and cut it a little bit shorter. Same thing for any medium-sized flower or smaller flower on the outside. Make sure to check all the stems of your floral and make sure they all reach the water, or one flower will become dehydrated and die before the rest of them. Now that you have the capabilities to save yourself a buck and create a beautiful floral arrangement, a few helpful tips when cutting floral pieces is to cut them too long and then measure in your arrangement. You can always go shorter, but you cannot make a stem grow once it's cut. Additionally, the shorter your arrangement is, the easier it is to fill the extra space. Taking the time to make a handmade gift like this makes it all the more special and gives you the ability to perfectly curate it to your liking. Enjoy. I know I'd love this. Thank you.